That police shooting that left a Texas woman dead inside her own home. Overnight, the officer who fired that fatal shot was arrested and charged with murder. ABC's Marcus Moore has the story.
The officer at the center of a fatal weekend shooting, identified as Aaron Dean, booked on a charge of murder overnight.
Had the officer not resigned, I would have fired him for violations of several policies, including our use of force policy, our de-escalation policy, and unprofessional conduct.
During a news conference, authorities said he is not cooperating with the investigation underway into the shooting at Tatiana Jefferson's Fort Worth, Texas home. Dean's accused of shooting and killing the 28-year-old early Saturday morning in her home. A terrifying moment captured on the officer's body cam.
Put your hands up! Show me your hands!
Family members said Jefferson had been playing video games with her 8-year-old nephew that morning when she was gunned down right in front of him. Police showed up at the house after a neighbor called the department's non-emergency line to report that the family's front door was open. Relatives said Jefferson left that door open to catch some of the breeze that night.
I haven't seen anybody moving around. It's not normal for them to have both of the doors open this time.
When officers arrived, they parked around the corner from the house. And as you can see in this video, Dean approaches the back of the home and never identifies himself as an officer before pulling the trigger.
The fact that she got shot for looking through her own window is the problem here.
And the family desperate to see this case through its entirety as they prepare for Jefferson's funeral. Officer Dean is out of jail this morning on a $200,000 bond. Michael?
All right, Mark.
Tonight, questions mounting over the death of 27-year-old mother Niani Finlayson. Her family says she was shot and killed by police in front of her 9-year-old daughter after calling 911 seeking help for domestic violence. Finlayson's family has filed a legal claim, the first step to filing a lawsuit. In it, they allege in early December, Finlayson called for help after her estranged boyfriend would not leave her home.
It's the worst nightmare you ever want to go through.
The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department said that when police arrived, they saw Finlayson holding a large knife, making verbal threats indicating she may harm the man. They say when she approached him, that's when deputies fired the fatal shot. But Finlayson's family disputes that account, and according to the claim, even the ex-boyfriend told authorities there was no reason to shoot Finlayson.
What are you asking?
I'm asking for justice. You couldn't mace her. You couldn't use a stun gun. This is infallible.
Finlayson's distraught father Lamont says his granddaughter saw the traumatic shooting unfold. The young girl says she gave her mom the knife for self-defense.
He was hurting my mother and me. I didn't have no choice but to get something sharp.
Finlayson's family announced they are now suing the County of Los Angeles and the Sheriff's Department for $30 million, alleging wrongful death and civil rights violations. In a statement, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department saying they are reviewing the incident and will release the body camera video by next week. But tonight, a father mourns the loss of his daughter.
I sing all the time, most wonderful time of the year. Well, this is the most worst time of my life. The year and years to come. I will never be able to get her back.
Liz Kreutz, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Tonight, here to newly released police video showing 2 officers firing round after round through the window of a Houston area apartment, shooting a woman who was there at the apartment with her friend. It was her friend's apartment. Authorities say the confusion came after a call from a neighbor about a possible intruder. Here's Pierre Thomas.
Tonight, newly released body camera footage captures the terrifying moments police unleash a barrage of gunfire into this Houston apartment, wounding the woman inside after allegedly mistaking her for an intruder. It all started just after 2 a.m. on February 3rd, when a resident arrived home with a friend. She'd forgotten her keys, so she had the friend break a window to get inside. A neighbor heard the noise, thought it was a break-in, and called 911. The 2 responding deputies find the screen removed and a window broken. They try knocking.
Sheriff's office!
As a car alarm blares in the background, one officer apparently spots a woman inside coming to the door with a gun. Within seconds, both deputies start firing, a hail of bullets. They reload and at least one keeps shooting. Tonight, 28-year-old Ebony Pouncey is recovering after being shot 5 times in the torso and leg. She was no burglar. She was just there with a friend who was a tenant in the complex.
I live here. Please don't shoot.
Ebony's friend, who was seen emerging from her home, says she was afraid for her life.
It took a while to come out because, of course, I was scared. I was thinking I was going to die. I was going to be next.
Both officers have been placed on administrative leave. The Sheriff's Department and the local DA are investigating, David.
All right, Pierre Thomas in Washington as well tonight. Pierre, thank you.
What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Tuesday. I'm doing pretty good myself. In case a lot of you don't know who this woman is, if you can call her that, probably about 2 years ago, her name is actually Janae L. Jackson. She's supposed to be an attorney in Texas somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, about 2 years ago, she made some very, very insensitive comments about black men being bullet bags, okay? See, that was very, very insensitive when she said that about black men, you understand? When all the time, you know, black women are treated the same way as black men. So that was very rude and insensitive of her to say something so shrewd. Now, since then, she's went underground because, lightly put, the internet tore her a new ass. You understand, for even saying something like that, and as well as it should have. You understand, because here's the deal: all of us as a people is affected, you know, by this tyranny, by these subhuman pieces of shit with guns and badges that don't know how to act. You understand? And that's just what it all boils down to. You cannot distinguish the difference between black men and black women when we are in the same boat. You understand? All of us are being affected the same way. See, but enough, you know, on this trick right here. This is really what brings me to this today, far as this video go. Condolences to the loss, you know, I mean, to the family for the loss of their dear daughter right here, sister, what have you, mother, Sonya Massey. Okay, that's the latest one that these subhuman pieces of shit has took the life of. Back in July 6th, okay, for whatever reason, she called the police because she thought prowlers was around her house. You know, police came there to investigate and asked her basically what was going on, you know. And so it took like 30 minutes as far as the investigation went. I don't understand what that was all about, but the police came into the house and questioned her, okay? And she was basically boiling some water, you know, and she went over there to cut the stove off. She picked the boiling water up, okay? And when you get this subhuman, low-life piece of shit with a badge, actually told her to put the boiling water down. I'm not going to take your boiling water or whatever. And she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And he said, if you don't put the water down, I will fucking shoot you. And that's what he did. He took this woman's life. Now, I don't know what or why she picked the water up. I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that she intended or even threatened to even throw the water on this man. If you can call him a man, because really he's not. He's a subhuman. He's something lower than a man, in between man and animal, if you understand what I'm saying. And then to make things worse, his partner even pulled a damn gun, which he didn't fire, but it's just as well as if he did, because basically he was aiding and abetting his fellow officer. There was no reason for either one of them to even draw their guns, you see. But that's what happened. Without further ado, let's check out a couple of videos and then we'll conclude the commentary.
So what'd you hear?
Somebody outside my house.
Bodycam footage released by the Sangamon County State Attorney's Office shows the final moments of Sonya Massey's life. the Springfield area woman who was fatally shot by one of the responding deputies to a 911 call she made. Massey called 911 because she thought an intruder was in her home, according to the lawyer representing her family.
We checked your yard, we walked around the whole block, we didn't see anybody.
Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson and another deputy responded to the call around 12:50 a.m., authorities said. The deputies searched the property and found no intruder. The deputies then asked Massey to check on a pot of boiling water on the stove.
Check my turn. We don't need a fire right here.
Right.
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
rebuke you in the name of
You better not. I swear to God, I'll beat your face. Drop the pot. I'm gonna go get my kit. No, your headshot, dude. She done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. God damn it. God. Yeah, I'm not taking boiling water in head. Hey, look, it came right to our feet, too.
Grayson has been indicted on 3 counts of first-degree murder and a count each of aggravated battery with a firearm and official misconduct. The Sheriff's Department has fired Grayson. At his arraignment, Grayson entered a not guilty plea and was denied pretrial release, according to court records. CNN reached out Saturday to Grayson's attorney, who declined to comment.
We begin here at 6 with that breaking news. New body camera videos released showing a sheriff's deputy shooting and killing a Springfield woman.
We want to warn you the video is incredibly difficult to watch. Here's a portion. One moment, Sonya Massey is in her kitchen, picking up a pot of boiling water. The next, a deputy points a gun at her hands up, and then the deputy shoots her 3 times. That officer now charged with murder. Our investigator, Dave Savini, has been looking at this video since it was released at 2 this afternoon.
And Dave, I know you also brought it to a police training expert.
Exactly. Joe and Erica, we've been analyzing body cams from that night and Officer Sean Grayson's action. We also went over the content on those body cams with law professor and attorney Craig Futterman from the University of Chicago. Futterman is the founder of the Civil Rights and Police Accountability Project.
Would you say that this event would have even called for the use of a taser?
No.
Craig Futterman says Sonya Massey should have never been the victim of any kind of police force, and there was no need to point a weapon at her or fire it. We are not showing or playing the sound of the 3 gunshots.
Part of what's immediately horrifying is that this is a situation that just didn't need to happen.
She says Massey appeared calm and possibly in need of some mental health evaluation.
Well, first I saw a woman who is clearly a little bit out of sorts, but didn't look and didn't get off in appearance to any reasonable person that she'd pose a threat of harm.
In your analysis of this video, what do you see? What doesn't make sense to you?
If you feel that someone is potentially threatened, where's the last place that you tell them or allow them to go? The kitchen, because guess what's in the kitchen? Right now, where you are in that room, there's no weapons, she's unarmed, there's no knives in the kitchen, you have knives, you have pans.
Futterman was also confused by Officer Grayson's tone, especially after she told him she rebuked him in the name of Jesus.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you in the name of God.
I swear to God, I'll shoot your face.
The officer immediately grabbed his gun and pressed her, escalated, went from 0 to 100 with that. Would any reasonable officer in that situation reasonably believe that their life is threatened, such that they would take out their gun and point it at her and threaten her life? It's a clear no.
Massey appeared to reach for the pot again after she put her hands up, and for that issue, Futterman believes Officer Grayson's defense might be that he was in fear of his life and that is why he fired, but it has to be a reasonable fear, and Futterman says the video just does not show that. Joe and Erica.
All right, Dave, thank you.
Massey's family spoke after the videos were released publicly. Her father says he was not told a deputy shot and killed his daughter.
Never did they say that it was a deputy-involved shooting until my brother read it on the internet.
Massey's father said his daughter did have some mental health issues and at one time had sought help.
Now, to me, it was premeditated murder on behalf of that so-called police officer. And the reason why I say that is because he sent that woman to that kitchen to cut that stove off, so he says. You understand? Where just like that lawyer brung up when he said, why, would he send or allow this woman to go to that kitchen where there's all kinds of weapons like knives or whatever, but he wanted to use the hot boiling pot of water as an excuse, like he feared for his safety. You see what I'm saying? And that's basically what it all boils down to. As far as I'm concerned, this was intent. He intended on doing this just because he sent her to that kitchen in the first place. And it is said, rumored, I'm not really sure, but I've been hearing things like if Trump gets into office that he would give this piece of shit immunity for his crime committed against this woman right here. Yeah, so, that's something else, which I'm not surprised even if he did. But the thing is this. See, it's shit like this is the reason why people, so-called black people, are more and more ready to just say, fuck the police and not have anything to do with them. And basically to make it to where a police life don't mean much of nothing like a cat's life didn't back in the 1970s. Cats were like just abused like I don't know what. Not to say that was right, but yeah, that's the way it was. But yeah, this is what it all is coming down to, because these are it's coming down to the point to where you see a police officer, you say gun, gun, and there you go. You understand what I'm saying? Like how they do. You see what I mean? Because as you see with all 4 of these videos that I posted up here, none of them, for these ones, they're so quick to pull that gun and just start shooting. I think this lowlife officer intended on doing this to this woman. I really just believe that. And that's just what it is. And it's really, really too bad. A life lost for nothing. If she had mental illness or mental health issues or whatever, then maybe, she should have got some more help of some sort. But how the hell when somebody, only a demon gets mad when the phrase, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You understand? Mostly demons are supposed to flee. But for whatever reason, this particular phrase made this particular demon mad. And he pulled his service weapon and he fired. 3 times, taking the life of this woman right here. Now, of course, you always, just like, they got Benjamin Crump in on the situation, and you always hear about no justice, no peace. It's nothing ever going to be justice until the Most High come back here and actually clean this place up, and where he gets this piece of shit to answer for what he did. That's the only justice, because whatever justice, it's not going to bring this woman back right here. It's not going to be any kind of, just like with Eric Garner. Matter of fact, they let that low-life piece of shit go. You see. But on the flip side, when they say no justice, no peace, it ain't going to be no peace. As long as you got subhuman pieces of shit with no regard for human life running around, you understand, taking the lives of people that they don't deserve to have their life taken, ain't gonna be no peace. And the day is coming to where all the marching and the protesting is going to stop, and it's going to be something else that you are not going to want to deal with. Other words, your worst fucking nightmare. And that's just what it is. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular situation. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.